What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Live Strength Conditioning. Your one repetition maximum sucks and you shouldn't even try and chase it. Here are some reasons why. Alright, reason number one. You are probably new to the gym, so of course your one rep max is going to suck. However, in the same extent, your technical skill on lifts will also suck. And you need to spend time training them and actually get better over time. And you get better the more reps you can do. So if you pick a weight you can do for like 12 or 15, it's going to build the technical movement a lot more versus trying to do one rep maxes or close to it. It's also very central nervous system heavy, which is just the system in your body that recruits your muscles and has to tell your muscles to be like, alright guys, time to hit it. All men aboard, we have to push hard now. And you shouldn't even try to do that. Doing something like that is very sport specific. That will be very much like weightlifters, powerlifters, and strongmen who do these type of things. You need to develop your technical skill and train in a way that matches your goals. And especially when you're new, you need to do more reps. You probably have a goal of building more muscle mass, as you see on social media of a lot of people. And with that, you need a bit more reps than one rep max. Alright, reason number two, repetitions from 1 to 5 is extremely central nervous system heavy, which also means that you need to spend more time actually practicing in that manner. So if you were to train 1 week where you do 3 reps and the next week 12 reps, you're not training in a way that's conducive to what you want to do. If you want to lift heavy weights, it's something you have to practice. If you want to have bigger muscles, you have to lift more repetitions. That's just how it goes. When it comes to being super strong, you have to prime your nervous system in tandem with your muscles and the general technical movement of the skill. Some movements are more complex and difficult than others, and you have to learn these movements. And again, the best way to learn these movements is through repetitions. The more repetitions you can do something, the faster you will learn. So if you try to do ultra heavy loads, a few reps, or even just 1 rep, you're not getting a lot of touches. The more times you can do the same thing or more touches, the quicker you're going to learn. Trying to do 1 repetition maximums if you're not a strength force athlete is just a huge waste of time and increases your chance of injury, which is again worthless, especially when you're not a strength athlete. Reason number 3. Chasing 1RM is a very good way to stall your progress. If you want to have a really good 1 repetition maximum, you need to spend time building your base. Imagine your body as a base of like a pyramid. The wider you can build your base, the higher the peak will be. So if you have a very narrow base, your peak will also be similarly that much smaller. So you need to widen out your base so you can get a good peak, so you can actually lift super heavy loads. So you have the muscle mass, the joint and tendon strength to actually support it, and the technical skill behind it as well. This is the best way that you can do it if you want to do 1 repetition maximums, and it's also something that shouldn't be done particularly often. Again, because it tires out your central nervous system very quickly, so it's a very good way to make sure you do not get progress. Alright, point number 4. Even our strength athletes don't do 1 repetition maximums particularly often. It will mostly typically only be done towards the end of a training block, towards a competition. Outside of that, for the most part, most of us is not going to do it all that often. We're definitely not going to do it every week or every month of the year, because again, it's simply too taxing, especially as you get stronger. If you can deadlift 100 kilos and someone can deadlift 300 kilos, it's going to be disproportional, much more fatiguing for the central nervous system to do the 300 versus doing the 100 kilos. So this is why we as strength athletes, we don't do it particularly often, because it will simply tire us out. So like I said earlier, doing it often is a good way to stall out and potentially even lose progress, simply because you tire out your nervous system. Point number 5, you're not running a deload protocol or a tapering phase. After having done 1 repetition maximums, especially for a long period of time, you need to have some sort of like deload protocol in place so you can rest and recover. And this is something what we as strength athletes will do towards a competition. We will basically do a tapering, and then we can ensure that some of all that fatigue in the body and the central nervous system gets some rest, recover, and then we sort of will have a peak on a competition day, and then we can perform at our best And this is the best way to do it. And even if you want to have a period where you specifically do 1 repetition maximums and build it, even after that, you will be doing a deload or tapering, and then go into maybe a slightly higher repetition phase. And so you can ensure you don't have all this fatigue carry on onto the next phase of your training, which will ultimately hold you back and you will lose progress. Thank you for watching. Lars in Conditioning signing out. I hope you have an awesome day.